Kenny Ayers. This is Pat Daly. Happy to have you along for tonight's broadcast. And Thrill, these two teams were co-champs of the Big Nine a year ago. Well, as for the 97 campaign, Kearsley was 7 returning starters, currently sit at 2-1 in Big Nine play. Good for second place. Their lone loss came in week 2, falling to Grand Blanc 12-0. And they bounced back last week, rocking the creek, 44-0. Thrill, we saw the Hornets in week 1 against Powers, and we saw an awesome running attack, didn't we?
We most certainly did. Especially fullback Pat Ruff. I tell you, this guy is legitimate. Rich Dosh, who moves in the quarterback, can run the ball also.
As for Clio, Gary Langdon's squad returns 9 starters from his defending championship lineup. This year's Stangs are lacking championship form thus far. They're off to a 1-2 start. They've lost 2 in a row, but Thrill, Clio's theme tonight, focus on the present, not the past. This is a big game against their rivals in Kearsley, and to boot for the Mustangs, it just happens to be homecoming.
Yeah, when it's homecoming week, you have that added incentive to go out and win the ball game. You never want to lose the ball game, but you definitely don't want to lose when it's homecoming.
Well, let's talk about the visitors and their game keys. Jack Pratt's Kearsley Hornets. We'll go to the offense, Thrill. Break it down for us.
One thing the Hornets want to do offensively is establish the running game. We talked about Pat Ruff, and Rich Dosh can also run the football, and they want to get consistent passing from Dosh at quarterback.
How is the Clio defense, their game keys, going to try to stop this Kearsley offense?
But what the Mustangs need to do is they need to offset the eye power game by Kearsley, and hopefully they can put Kearsley in passing situations so those guys will get the opportunity to do damage running the ball.
All right, now on the other side of the football, we'll look at the Clio offense and their game keys.
What Clio wants to do offensively is throw the ball on first and second down, hopefully to the backs and the tight ends, keep that Hornet defense off balance.
And how about the defense of Kearsley to try to stop Kearsley's offense, or pardon me, Clio's offense?
They want to keep Clio in 3rd and long. Clio has an excellent running game with Grissettage and Ross, and you want to keep those guys in 3rd and long and hopefully keep them throwing the ball as well.
And then last but not least, we got to talk about special teams, which week in and week out seems to play a major role in deciding the outcome. First of all, let's talk about Kearsley.
For Kearsley, punter Dave Temple, he might be the best in the Flint area. This kid had an opportunity to work out with the Lions over the summer, and their special teams and their punting coach.
How about Clio?
Clio, on the other hand, their kicking game is good, but the coverage has been a little inconsistent. And, you know, when you give up big yardage on returns like that, that keeps the other team in good field position.
Well, Kearsley has won the toss. They will defer, and they will receive in the second half. So Clio, the hosts, are going to have the football first. Kearsley and their traditional visiting white, blue, and yellow, and Kearsley in the solid black with the orange and white trim. Hornets coming in 2-1. The Mustangs 1-2, and it's homecoming for Clio. We've got a capacity crowd on hand at Pride Stadium. We should have a good football game for you. Week number 4 on the Game of the Week, Channel 17.
I tell you, this is definitely a capacity crowd. Pat, the stands are full, and you have people lined up around the fences and things like that because there's no more seating left.
Anthony Gallagher will kick it off for Kearsley. Jason Ross, number 4, standing from his own 5-yard line, ready to receive for the Mustangs.
It's homecoming, 1977. Let's kick her off.
And week number 4 is underway. Ross will take it from his 10-yard line. He'll take it over the 25, close to the 30, and Clio's going to have good field position to start their first offensive series against the Hornets of Kearsley. Tom Lalonde on the special teams tackle for Kearsley. The offensive starters for Clio. Split end, Mike McGee. The offensive line of Yoakum, Everett, Cunningham, Magnus, and Pulsick. Mitch Hortini is at the split end. Hinkst is your quarterback. Bobby Grissettage is the halfback, along with Jason Ross, and Ben Cunningham is the flanker. 1st and 10 for Clio from their 29-yard line. And they'll pitch out Ross. Takes it over to the 30 to the 31 for a couple before he's wrapped up by that left side of the Kearsley Hornet defense. Getting up underneath the pile for the Hornets was number 84, Don Neirink. A 6'4", 220-pound senior. Here's the backs and ends once again. And guys in the truck, we do not have a monitor up here. Hinkst, Gersetich, Ross, and Cunningham rounded out for Clio's offense. So the Mustangs pick up to 2nd and 8 from their 31. Get the Kearsley defense for you after this play. Ball carriers Gersetich. Working the left side of that Clio offensive line, fighting hard for a couple before the Kearsley defense wraps him up and brings him down. Here's the Kearsley defense. Out of the 5-3 they work. Up front it's Temple, Sneller, Pierce, Rose, and Gores. 3rd down and 7 for Clio.
And this, if you're the Hornets, this is exactly where you want the Mustangs. It's not that they can't throw the ball, but they just don't throw it as well as they're running.
Hanks surveying the D with a motion man in Cunningham. Bobbled the snap, back to throw, has a man, and it is incomplete. Mitch Hortini Thrill had his hands on it, did he? Number 7 for the Mustangs, but couldn't haul it in. And we've seen it many times at this level. Players' eyes get real big and they decide to turn it upfield before they actually haul the pigskin in.
Yeah, you have to catch the ball first before you do anything, but I think that would have been well short of a first down anyway. You know, you need about 7 and you run like a 5-yard pattern and you make the catch and hoping that you can pick up the extra yardage with the run after the catch, but not in that case.
Cunningham will punt it away for Clio with Ridley and Dosh, a dangerous tandem waiting to return. They will not get a crack at this one. And it bounces in Kearsley's favor as it'll be spotted down by Clio from the Hornet 41-yard line.
And Jack Ridley that time took a shot. Ball was rolling along the ground and he ran up to it. And he got close and one of the Clio defenders just drilled him.
Clio calls time early here with 10:25 to go in this opening quarter. And the coach for the Mustangs comes out and he'll talk things over with his defense here for their first defensive series.
You know, that's just kind of odd. Usually something has to happen, give up a play or two or whatever the case may be before calling the timeout to get things situated. But he sensed something from the start and he wants to get these guys on the right track before they even get the opportunity to play it down.
They're going to have their work cut out for them, Thrill, as Pat Ruff, averaging 105 yards per game, and he comes in with 5 touchdowns through 3 weeks of play, and we're going to see an awful lot of him. He's sporting the number 43, as Kearsley now will have the football here. No score early on, first quarter from Pride Stadium. Rich Dosh, a 5'10", 170-pound junior, leading this Hornet offense. And we'll have the Hornet offense for you after this play. Motion man Dunny. And they'll give it to Pat Ruff on first down. Up the middle they work it, and the black shirts of Clio able to take Ruff down for not much of a gain there on first down. And they'll call it no gain, so it's 2nd and 10. So we'll take a look now at the Kearsley offensive line, first of all. Harriman, Hyde, Edwards, and Reef, and Grimes at right tackle, the only junior on this starting lineup for the offensive line of Kearsley. Backs and ends, Dosh, who's a good one, Lalonde, and Ruff, one of the top runners in the Big 9 Conference, followed up by Ridley, Dunning, and Clifford, running out for the 11 offensive starters for the Hornets. So no gain for Ruff on first down, so it's 2nd and 10. Dosh on the quarterback keeper. He'll take it up to the 45-yard line for about 4. And it'll be 3rd down and call it 6.
There you see Dosh that time taking a snap from center and then just heads upfield and picked up decent yardage.
Now the Clio defense, out of a 4-4 they work. Harburn, Potter, and Tomlinson, along with Henderson up front for the Clio D. Linebackers in secondary, Cunningham, Stoutenberg, Gersetich, and Martinez. And the defensive backfield, it's Ross, Hinkst, and Hortini, a good one. 3rd down and 6 for Kearsley from their 45-yard line. Dosh, straight drop. Heaves over the middle, and it's caught. Jack Ridley, touchdown Kearsley. 55 yards.
And this is exactly what we seen Rich Dosh doing in week 1 of the high school season when he hooked up with Ryan Dunning that time on about a 70-yard touchdown pass. He turns around and does the same thing again, this time hitting Jack Ridley.
Ball had a lot of air under it, Thrill, and it was a frozen rope as he caught Ridley in stride for the touchdown. Here's another look now.
There you see Dosh straight drop. Good job of the backs picking up the blitzing linebackers and just puts it out there. Ridley runs under it. Just like you draw it up in the sandlot.
Now Gallagher for the point after. And Gallagher knocks it through. 8:51 to go, opening quarter from Pride Stadium in Clio. Kearsley gets on the scoreboard first in dramatic fashion. A tremendous pass. Dosh hooking up with his wide receiver and Jack Ridley. 55-yard touchdown pass. And it's 7-0 Kearsley. So tonight's officials, referee Dave Cowden, the umpire Leo Flynn, head linesman Greg Waller. Line judge is Don Tondro, and the back judge is Rich Murray. Well, we saw it in week 1 when we covered Kearsley Thrill. They scored on their first offensive series, and the momentum just went their way the rest of the contest. And if you're Clio, you hope that's not the case tonight, because Kearsley came out smoking on that pass play.
They most certainly did. You know, you want to take the running game away from them, but by the same token, you don't want to give them those kind of pass plays.
Gallagher will kick it away. Bobby Gersetich will take it from his 10-yard line. Finds an opening and has a decent return as he takes it up over the 30-yard line. Ryan Gores on the tackle for Kearsley. So let's see how this junior quarterback and Nate Hinks, the 6'3", 180-pounder, reacts here. A little pressure on him this time after big-time Kearsley score. Let's see how he and the rest of the offense reacts here. Ben Cunningham in motion. They'll pitch out Ross. Got some room, working short side of the field. Still on his feet, a decent effort, taking it very close to a Clio first down. Showing some strength did Ross there, Thrill, as a Kearsley defender had him at about the 35-yard line, and Ross shrugged him off and took it upfield for about 5 more.
Kept those legs, kept those legs pumping, and that's what you have to do as a running back. After first contact, you can't give up, and Ross was hit and picked up about 4 or 5 more yards.
Well, the officials call time as we'll bring the chain gang out as Jason Ross with that gallop, very close to a Clio first down. Line of the first, just over the 40-yard line, about the 40.5. And Ross gets just enough, and it's a first down. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Clio from their 41-yard line. Kearsley up 7-0. Cunningham, the motion man again, they'll give Ross. And he'll get it for about a yard as he was hit hard by the Kearsley defense. Neirink there, along with Temple.
And what that Kearsley defensive line did on that play was they just took the lineman and pushed him right back into the backfield. And there was no room for Ross to get around the corner.
Give Ross 1. We'll call it 2nd and 9 now for the Mustangs from about their 42. Cunningham, the motion man again. This time it's Gersetich, and he is hit immediately. 84 Neirink, who has been a pest thus far in the early goings of this opening quarter for Kearsley defensively. Boy, did he get up in Gersetich's face in a hurry, didn't he?
He sure did. He closed that hole just as quick as it opened.
So Gersetich loses a yard, and it's 3rd down and 10. Line of the first for Clio is the Kearsley 49.
And what the Hornets have to do here is not relax. Clio may come with the draw here.
Motion man Cunningham, pitch out Ross. Had success on this play last time, and he does again. He'll take it into Kearsley territory. Inside the 40, and it's a Mustang first down.
I tell you, that's when you know you have a strong running game. When you're 3rd down and about 10, and you let the pitch the ball out, you have a strong running game.
Working short side of the field in this series, and the Stangs have had some success. 10-yard burst from Ross, now a 20-yarder, and this a first down. Call it 21 yards as it's 1st and 10 at the Hornet 38.
And what that play also does, it gives the Hornets a little something to think about next time that situation comes up.
Hanks faking handoff, deep drop, screen, Gersetich overthrown and incomplete. That play was there, but Hanks a little high for Gersetich. Gersetich going 5'10", 182, and the junior halfback unable to haul it in, and it's incomplete. Gersetich on the year, 2 receptions for 15 yards. He's known for his groundwork. 51 attempts for 259 yards, averaging 5.1 yards per carry. 2 touchdowns. Cunningham, the motion man, pitch out Ross this time. And he is taken down in his backfield. Jack Ridley, defensive back, 5'10", 155-pound senior. Nice textbook tackle there from number 20, Thrill.
Coming up, and what you have to do is you have to be balanced first and foremost. You can't lean too far one way or the other, and a slight move from the back and he's gone, but he came up and he had good leverage that time and just closed in and made the tackle.
I think the Kearsley D's learned their lesson. You can't hit Ross high because we saw his strength in some previous plays. He's able to shrug him off with a stiff arm. So it's 3rd and 11 now for Clio. Cunningham in motion. Hanks in trouble, rolling right. Throws down the sideline, and it is caught, but out of bounds, and it's incomplete. Fortini with a nice grab, but he was out of bounds, and it'll be a 4th down. Dosh with some good coverage.
There's a Brandon Perry that time for Kearsley was just bearing down. A good job that time of getting rid of the football.
And we don't see a punt team out there for Clio. They're going to go for it. Need to get to the Kearsley 29 for a first. It's 4th and 11, just inside the 40. Hanks again, rolling right. Hornet D in his face, throws, and it's caught. First down. Fortini holds it in just past the line of the first. And we'll move the sticks for a 1st and 10 Clio.
Good job by Fortini that time in catching that football. He made sure he caught the ball first and foremost. And Hanks that time took a shot. He was a little slow to get up.
Another look at the 4th and 11 gamble by Clio, and it pays off.
You see him set and take that shot right there, and Fortini, excellent concentration in between 2 Kearsley defenders to come up with the first down catch.
1st and 10 Mustangs at the Kearsley 25. Got some movement on the left side of the Kearsley defensive line. Flags come in for our first penalty of the contest. It's going to be an offsides against the Hornets. And Mustangs will get 3 5-yards here, and it'll be a 1st and 5.
And we talk about that week 1 win over Powers by Kearsley in a ball game that featured a lot of penalties on both sides, and you don't want to have that come back to haunt you here.
Kearsley will call time with 5:34 remaining in quarter number 1. They are called to their sideline, as is Clio. And Thrill, you have some information or a shout out, if you will, regarding Alex, one of our camera people, and his involvement here at Clio.
Yeah, Alex's project choice classroom. And Mrs. Hotel's room A8 with Kim and Chris Scott. Is that
That's Alex.
Alex and Linda's room B6. Hello to those guys.
Alex doing some camera work and also providing some work for the Project Choice classroom out in Clio. If you're Kearsley, thrill the rest of the way of this 97 campaign, as balanced and as talented as this conference is, one loss, you're definitely not out of the championship hunt. 2 losses, you may be. So it's cliche time, must-win time, the rest of the way out for Kearsley if they want any opportunity at defending their championship, making it a three-peat.
Yeah, this game is definitely important. You know, we always talk about the importance of inter-conference games.
So it's 1st and 5 for Clio at the Kearsley 20. He'll give it to the first man through, that being Gursetich. Churning those legs, and he'll take it for a couple down to the 18. Tom Lalonde on the tackle for Kearsley.
There you see a good look at Gursetich. Part of that 1-2 punch for the Mustang.
So they'll give Gursetich 2, 2nd and 3 at the 18. Clock under 5 minutes now in this opening quarter. 7-0 Kearsley, but the Mustangs are in the red zone. Looking to tie it up. Gursetich with a big gainer up the middle. Still on his feet as he's inside the 10-yard line. Takes it to about the 7 for a big-time gainer. And it's going to set up 1st and goal for Clio.
First we see Ross doing damage outside, then we see Bobby Gursetich doing damage inside.
Give Bobby Gursetich 11, taking it to the Kearsley Hornets 7. And it's 1st and goal at that spot.
And I tell you, and probably seven of those 11 yards he just took.
This is the 14th play of the drive for Clio, which started from their own 30. Hanks faking handoff, throws, incomplete. Looking for Hortini at about the 2-yard line. Hortini going one way, the football went the other, and falls to the turf. Does the pigskin for an incomplete pass. Take another look at that throw. That was there, but the pigskin just didn't find the hands.
Just a tad bit behind him. Hortini that time couldn't come up with the catch, and I tell you, that's part of what this Mustangs offense want to do. They want to keep the Hornets off balance by throwing on 1st down.
2nd and goal at the 7. This time it's Ross on the pitch, lost the handle, fumble. Who's got it? No signal. Kearsley has recovered. Underneath the pile, guess who threw 84? Don Neirink, who's been a force tonight in the early goings, and he recovers the fumble for Kearsley. And oh, what a tough one to swallow if you're Clio. You had a tremendous drive going, and your halfback Ross bobbles the pitch, and the Hornets come up with it.
After 14, 15 plays and you drive that far, you at least want to attempt at getting some points, and unfortunately for Clio, they came up dry on that drive.
So the football recovered at the Kearsley 13-yard line. Patter off the ball carrier. Not much doings there on 1st and 10. See a look at the legendary coach on the Kearsley sidelines, Jack Pratt. Been around for years, and he's been winning for years. And he's been wearing those bright pants for years too, huh?
That's his trademark.
I'm glad he has it and not me.
I think you look good in those pants.
Antonio Martinez on the last tackle for Clio. On 2nd down, Rich Dosh on the quarterback keeper.
Stopped there by Big Ben Yoakum.
Ben Yoakum on the tackle for Clio. As Dosh picks up 3, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 6 for the Hornets.
3rd and 6, I wouldn't be surprised to see Dosh keep the ball again.
Well, you recall on the Hornets' last 3rd down situation, 3rd and 6, Dosh went to Ridley for 55 yards and a touchdown. Motion man Dunning. 3rd down and 6 from the 16-yard line, and whistles blow. And the Hornets offensively took too much time, a delay of game. And instead of 3rd and 6, it's going to be 3rd and 11 now facing the Hornets. And it's the 2nd penalty whistle against Kearsley thus far in this 1st quarter. 2 penalties for 10 yards.
3rd and 11 and deep in their own end. If we see Dosh throw the ball again, it may be something deep, and if it's intercepted, it's just as good as a punt.
Good look at the defensive coordinator for Clio, Lauren Willie, a longtime teacher and coach here in the Clio system, and former head coach here, and he happened to coach Tom Skinner, and boy, Lauren probably had to go through an awful lot to put up with Tom back in his day, huh? Just kidding, Tom. Here's Dunning on the carry, and he is stuffed, had some room, but Clio got there in a hurry. Close any chance of Dunning gaining some big-time yardage. Hortini there leading the Clio D, as Dunning picked up about 5 yards, but it's going to be 4th down. Call it 4th and 7, and that'll bring out the punting unit now for Kearsley.
Hortini that time along with Jason Ross, and Jason trying to make up for that fumble offensively on the defensive side of the ball. Excellent job of coming up and snuffing out the reverse.
Well, you talked about Dave Temple. He's going to punt it away here for the Hornets, and he worked over the summer with the Detroit Lions with their special teams and punting coach.
What a
Ross
roll.
will let this one bounce, and it takes a Kearsley bounce down to the 35-yard line.
I'll tell you, that was a good-looking punt.
A 48-yard punt, no return. Clio will have it from their own 35-yard line. See if they can get back to the ground attack they had on their last offensive series before it was nullified by a Ross fumble, as they were putting together a pretty nice scoring drive before they coughed it up. Cunningham, the motion man. A quick handoff to Gursetich, who explodes out of his stance, takes it over the 40 to about the 41 for a nice gainer. Boy, you couldn't even blink there. That's how fired up Gursetich was, and he bursts upfield for a pretty nice gain before Kearsley wrapped him up.
He most certainly is fired up, you know, after that drive came up. They came up empty on the previous drive. He wants to let these guys know, hey, we can do this again, but this time we can get the ball in the end zone.
Gursetich gets 5, 2nd and 5 for the Mustangs. Ball just over the 40. Back to Gursetich they go. He's got a 1st down and more. Taking it over the 45 to about the 47. Give Gursetich 7, move the sticks, a 1st and 10 now for the Mustangs. Back-to-back runs from Bobby Gursetich, looking awfully strong.
I tell you, it's nothing fancy. He's just taking a handoff and going straight up the field.
I like this running attack of the Mustangs. Ross and Gursetich. Hinks will throw and complete. Hortini caught in Kearsley territory. Caught at the 46, where he's wrapped up right there. And we're under a minute to go here in this opening quarter with Kearsley up 7-0.
And Hortini that time looked the ball in and made the catch before he decided to turn upfield.
Pick up a 6, Hinks to Hortini. And it'll be 2nd to short 4. Ball at the Hornet 46-yard line. Cunningham in motion. Give Gursetich. Takes it inside the 45 to the 44-yard line. For a couple. And it'll bring up a 3rd down and 2 as the final seconds tick away quarter number 1. And the first quarter has come to a close from Pride Stadium. The Big 9 Conference matchup. Kearsley leads Clio 7-0. There's a cultural civil war taking place daily on our athletic fields, a war where acts of poor sportsmanship reign, a war that is being waged even in high school sports. To address this issue, the Michigan High School Athletic Association will conduct a sportsmanship summit on September the 24th. Well, we've been there, done that, but to inform you on how important sportsmanship is to the Michigan High School Athletic Association, and you folks should take aware of it. Public service announcement from the Michigan High School Athletic Association and Comcast Cable, Channel 17. That'll teach me not to read ahead, or to not read ahead there, Thrill. So we'll cross that public service announcement off our list, and we'll go to another one next time.
Well, just like football players or any athlete, you get out there and play the game. You learn from your mistakes, so we'll give you that one, Pat.
Thank you very much. So we'll switch sides now, and Mustangs will have it 3rd down and 2 at the Hornet 44. Give to Ross, backs his way, and he's going to be very close to a Mustang 1st down. And from the looks of the spot, we may have to call the chain gang out. No signal yet from the officials.
We talked about Brzetic inside and Ross going outside, but this time Ross, very strong kid, took that handoff inside and got very close to the 1st down.
Ross goes 6'1", 183 in his numbers. 40 attempts for 250 yards, averages 6 yards per carry. He's got 2 touchdowns on the season. And Ross gets just enough for a Clio 1st down. So we'll move the sticks with the chain gang, and it'll set up a 1st and 10. First and 10 at the 43-yard line. Hanks avoids the rush. Still on his feet. Now he's got some room. Kicks it outside. And takes it inside the 40. And then a late flag comes in. Boy, did he show some impressive footwork there, avoiding the Kearsley pass rush. And the word inside the truck is that it is going to be against Clio.
Hanks that time did an excellent job of avoiding the rush. Have to give credit to the defenders, though. Just as he was about to throw that football, one of the defenders jumped in the air, so he had to pull that thing down and try to get a better position to make the throw.
It's going to be a dead ball foul, so play will stand, and then they will mark it off as Hanks took it inside the 40 to about the 39-yard line. And then they're going to count the penalty off against Clio, and this will move the football back. All the way back into Clio territory.
15 yards from the end of the play.
So Hanks got about 5 yards on that carry. And a 15-yard penalty. A dead ball against Clio. Moves it back to the Mustang 46.
Jay, if not for that run, if that would have been marked off from where he was almost sacked at it, that would have been sure disaster.
So it's 1st down and 22 now for Clio after the dead ball foul. And it's Gersetich on 1st down, and he's wrapped up right at the line of scrimmage. Maybe got a half yard, possibly a yard, depending on the spot.
Good surge that time by the Hornets defensive front. They just stood the linemen up, and the linemen weren't able to get any push, and there wasn't a hole there.
So no gain on that 1st down carry from Gersetich, and it's 2nd down and 22. Line of the 1st for the Mustangs is all the way down to the Kearsley 32-yard line. Hanks rolling left, looking to pitch out. Ross does. A little late, though, and Ross doesn't have much real estate to work with as he's working short side, and he's bumped out of bounds by Jones along with Ridley of Kearsley. And he doesn't get much, does Ross, on that second down carry. So back-to-back no-gain efforts for the Clio offense makes it a 3rd down and 22.
3rd down, still 22 to go.
And it looked like that play initially looked like it gained at least a couple of yards.
Well, with Hanks rolling out the way he did, he was backtracking, and then finally, when he did pitch it off, Ross carried it for a couple, but back to the line of scrimmage. Now Hanks, deep drop, screen pass, Gersenich looking for a block, doesn't get it. Neirink bumps him out of bounds, does the Kearsley defender, who's had a big night already, in on numerous tackles, and he's also recovered a fumble, has 84 for the Hornets.
Neirink, put him out of bounds there, picks up 4th down, and about 15.
And a little side note about Neirink, star on the athletic field, but also in the classroom, a nominee for the Kiwanis Student Athlete of the Month for September in the Big 9 Conference. And also a nominee last year. Cunningham punting it away. Ridley waiting for it from about his 14. And this one's going to come back regardless of what Ridley does on this return, as we're going to have a block in the back against Kearsley.
And I tell you that block in the back had no effect on the run whatsoever. In that situation, when you're behind him like that, you just as well let him go, because a guy running that fast normally doesn't get the ball carrier anyway because they normally sidestep him. But that was just that total lack of concentration that time with the push in the back.
So this is going to back Kearsley up deep in their own territory with the clip. Prime opportunity for Clio to get some momentum on their side if they can stuff this Kearsley offense and get some good field position. The clip penalty moves the football back to the 6-yard line. 1st down and 10 for the Hornets from their 6. Hornets up 7-0 and with it. Patter off with a big-time gainer. He's got a 1st down and more. Breaks through that Clio defense in the middle. And takes it over the 25 to about the 29-yard line.
Pat Ruff that time, taking the handoff. We've seen this kid do some damage to defenses in his high school career. Excellent run that time. 1st down, Hornets.
Ruff, that just his 3rd carry of the night. First 2 carries held to a yard apiece. That time, Big 9 performer broke out for a 23-yarder and a 1st down. 36 and Mike Harriman, junior fullback, with the carry for the Hornets. Got about 5 yards and a decent effort, taking it close to the 34. Brad Henderson on the defensive stop for Clio.
You know, in addition to having to mix it up a little bit, you got to have a few of those keep them honest plays too, and make sure that Pat Ruff is not getting keyed on. You have to hand the ball off to some of the other guys here and there.
Good look in the trenches. Kearsley with football here on 2nd and 5 from their 34. Ruff again. That time, the left side of that Clio defense there to stuff Mr. Ruff to the turf.
He most certainly did, and Rich Dosh barely got that handoff, got the ball to Ruff. They were defenders in the backfield. Excellent penetration that time by the defensive front from Clio.
It was 5'5", 155-pound senior defensive tackle Jason Tomlinson leading the 4-4 defense of Clio that time. A big-time tackle on Ruff. And the Ruff lost a yard, and it'll make it 3rd and 6 now for the Hornets. The line of the 1st is the 39. Another dead ball, delay of game, the 2nd one called against Kearsley here in this 1st half.
That ball followed, delay of game third down.
So instead of 3rd and 6 facing Kearsley, it's back to 3rd and 11 now.
And about the 27.
Move football back to the 27.
Not sure if the plays aren't getting in quick enough, or Dosh is just taking a little bit too much time to get things going.
High formation, 2 receivers to the left of Dosh on 3rd and long. 11 yards the Hornets need. Dosh with all the time in the world. Airs it out, and it's intercepted. 3 defenders surrounding the intended receiver in Dunning. And Hortini, it is now ruled a drop. But if you're Clio, you can still cheer because it was 3rd down and 11, and they will force the Hornets to punt because it's 4th down. Another look at it, Thrill, is
Then you see Dosh back and just putting that thing out there, and that's one of those passes where if it's picked off, it's just as good as a punt.
just as he hit the ground, did Hortini. Did he cough it up? So Temple will punt it away to Ross, winning it from his own 39. Temple, this one short, but it takes a Hornet roll.
Takes a Hornet roll.
Bounces to the 30.
To the 30-yard line of the Mustangs. That will take over. 1st and 10. All done with
So
there.
a 43-yard punt by Temple. And no return, so Clio is going to have the football here with 8:02 remaining in this first half. They're trailing 7-0.
And I'll tell you, that work with the Lions over the summer has definitely paid off for Temple. We've seen 2 punts, and the punt returner got away from both of them, but he's gotten excellent rolls both times.
And his hang time isn't bad as well, as that one seemed to be in the air for nice length. Gersetich on first down for the Mustangs. Takes it close to the 35-yard line. They rule him down at the 34. Ridley on the tackle for Kearsley. Give Gersetich 5 on that effort. It'll be 2nd and 5. 7:38 and counting now to go in this first half of play from Pride Stadium, home of the Clio Mustangs, and the visitors in Kearsley lead it 7-0. It's Ross. And Ross takes it over the 35 to the 36 for about a yard.
Stopped there by Ryan Gores.
And the defensive end, Ryan Gores, a 6'1", 185-pound senior on the tackle for Kearsley. Good look at the homecoming crowd here at Clio. So it's 3rd down and 4 now for Clio. Need to take it up to about the 40 for a first. They'll pitch out Ross. Nowhere to go but down goes Jason Ross. Kearsley defense there to smother him. About 4 or 5 white shirts in the face of the black shirt in Clio. And Ross comes up limping, favoring that right leg. And that's not a good sign if you're Clio. An official's timeout. They saw Ross limping back to the huddle. They want him to go to the sideline and get some medical attention. So no gain on that 3rd 4 play by Clio. It was 4th and 4, and that'll bring out the punting unit.
I thought for a second there that Clio might go on 4th down, but
4 yards to go.
finally got the punt unit on the field, and looks like they're going to kick this one away.
Mustangs 36.
Dosh and Ridley
The punt for the Stangs.
waiting for the punt by Clio's Cunningham.
Lead for the Hornets.
Dosh from his 30, Ridley from the 35. Cunningham will kick it away. Ridley will take it from about the 36. Lost the handle, picked up by Dosh. Eludes the Clio coverage, and he'll take it over the 45, close to midfield. Dosh doing a nice job of backing up his return mate in Ridley. hauled in the pigskin immediately when it hit the turf thrill and got a pretty good run out of it.
He sure did. I'll tell you, that thing took a perfect bounce, too. Ridley came up to make the catch on the fly, and as it went through his arm and through his legs, it bounced right up, and Dosh scooped it up and picked up some positive yardage.
So Kearsley's going to have the football with some nice field position here. They'll have it from their 48, best they've had all game long. Prior to this offensive series, their best field position was from their 41-yard line. Pat Ruff on first down, takes it into Clio territory for about 3. Taking it to the Mustang 49. Well, they'll give Ruff 2. It'll be 2nd and 8. Give it to the first man through at the fullback in Harriman. He is wrapped up after a yard, maybe 2-yard gainer, and that's all depending on the forward progress. And it's going to be 3rd and long now facing the Hornets.
Third and 6. Now the Hornets can do a few things on this play. They can elect to give the ball to Ruff, or Dosh can keep, or he could try to hit one of those receivers deep.
Clio D looking for their first 3 and out against this Kearsley offense. Dosh overthrows incomplete, and Clio D does the job. Pass intended for his tight end, David Clifford. Dosh overthrows on the run, and it's 4th down. And a good sign if you're Clio, whatever injury Ross may have suffered to his right leg, he is shaking it off in a hurry thrill. He's back out on the field, ready to return this punt.
Yeah, during that defensive series, Ross was running up and down the sideline, trying to shake that hit off, and he's out there.
Temple will punt. He gets off a boot, and Ross will not return it. Hornets there to down it.
Inside the 15-yard line at about the 17. That's where the Mustangs take over. With 4 minutes, 33 seconds left in the first half.
I tell you, in the field position game, Pat, the punter can really put the other team in a hold. That time we seen Dave Temple with a couple of boots previously, but this one, I tell you, it really backs this Clio offense up.
Clio backed up to their own 13-yard line, got 4:33 to work with before halftime, trailing 7-0. 34-yard punt, no return. Hanks back to throw. Looking for Hortini. Sweet grab, and he'll haul it in for Clio. First down and then some. Takes it to the 37-yard line.
It's the ball off to the Mustang 37.
Good catch that time by Hortini. Just goes up high and comes down with it.
Kickoff of about 20 for the Mustangs on that pass. 1st and 10.
Ridley on the tackle. 24 yards. Hanks to Hortini. Another look now, throw.
There you see Hanks back, and you see the ball was just over the top of Jack Ridley's head, and Hortini goes up high with the catch.
Gersetich on first down with the carry. Takes it over the 40 to about the 43 for 4 yards. We'll bring up a 2nd and 6.
I tell you, if it wasn't for the fact that Hortini stumbled after making that catch, we'd probably be celebrating the Clio touchdown right now.
Hortini showing some serious ups, able to haul in that bullet from Hanks. And Hanks,
Timeout on the field.
not sure if he was low on time or surveyed the D of Kearsley and didn't like what he saw, but he's going to call time, and that's the second called by Clio in this first half. They got 1 remaining. There's 3:36 to go for the half. Well, and those who are Michigan High School Athletic Association gurus or want to know some more stats, information on what's going on in Michigan high school sports. You computer geeks can check it out on the website, www.mhsaa.com. Or if you just, like Thrill and I, who are not computer literate and have some free time on the net, check it out. And I've heard it's pretty good.
Yeah, I definitely am not computer literate. Stuck on the on-ramp for the information highway. That's very well put.
I'm not even stuck. I'm not even on the ramp. Let's put it that way.
So you're on the surface street, huh?
Yeah. Gersedich shakes off tackles, still on his feet, into Kearsley territory, inside the 40 to about the 39-yard line.
I tell you, that time, Bobby Gersedich was on definitely on the highway that time, running over everything in his path. Excellent run, and we're going to take another look at that one.
By far the best run posted by either school.
There you see, breaks the tackle there, and watch, boom! I tell you, if you come up to hit Gersedich, you better hit him around the ankles. You're not going to take him down by hitting him high. Stay away from that chest area.
Give 24 for Bobby Gersedich on that effort, and it's 1st and 10 for the Mustangs at the Kearsley 38-yard line. Cunningham in motion. Hanks loses the snap. Football loose, and he's able to haul it in as the quarterback quickly goes to the tundra of Pride Stadium to smother the football, and it'll be 2nd and 10. I think it's 2nd and 11 as he'll lose a yard. Good look at the scoreboard. There's the situation. The visitors in Kearsley with a 7-0 lead. Clock at 2:40 and counting to go before halftime. Besides the one breakout play from Kearsley on offense, this has been a very competitive and evenly fought ball game, with both teams showing some brilliance on offensive defense. Screen pass, Cunningham looking to get back into the middle. Gets through and past some of the Kearsley defenders before he's wrapped up for a couple of yards. Joe Rose in the tackle for Kearsley. He will give him more than a couple. Actually, Cunningham got about 5, so we'll call it 3rd and 7.
We're probably looking at 4-down territory right here.
I'd say you're right.
Clio.
Line of the first is the Kearsley 28, 3rd and 7. Hanks tosses, and the Clio receiver diving effort by Hortini can't come up with it. So as you talked about, Thrill, 4-down territory for Clio, and they're going to go for it here. 4th and 7 with 1:46 to go before half. Joe Cunningham, the center, up to the football. And again, the Mustangs need to get to the Kearsley 28 for a first. Delay a game against Clio.
That's a tough one.
5-yard penalty. Still 4th down, 12 yards to go.
You know, you had a lot of guys after Clio came out of the huddle. You had a lot of guys back there shifting and moving and doing various other things, and just took a little too long to get that one off.
Just the 2nd penalty whistled against Clio in this first half, but a costly time to get flagged. Instead of 4th and 7, it's now 4th and 12. Football backed up to the 46. 3 Clio runners in the backfield for the Mustang offense. Hanks straight drop, throws, intercepted. Rich Dosh picks it off for Kearsley. He's got it in Clio territory, and a flag comes in at the end of the play. Rich Dosh stepped in the passing lane, hauls it in, and gets a nice return out of the interception.
And I do mean stepped in the passing lane.
Another look now at the INT.
There you see Dosh right there heading for the sideline, and excellent job of cutting back inside that time because he wasn't going to beat Ross around the corner.
So a clip at the end of the run is going to bring this back. And it'll move it back to the Hornet 44.
Inside of Kearsley territory at their own 44 with 1:36 left.
So the
in
Hornets
first half.
got 56 yards to cover if they want to hit pay dirt, and we got a timeout. We'll take it with them. 7-0 Kearsley with 1:36 to go before halftime. You're watching the Game of the Week, Channel 17.
Most of us feel pretty safe when we're at work. But every year, highway and utility workers are injured or killed on the job. That's because drivers aren't careful and don't slow down when they approach work zones. Think about it. How would you like it if someone drove through your workplace at 65 miles an hour? Work zone crews are just doing their job. Give Michigan road workers a break. Please, slow down.
1:36 to go before halftime. Kearsley, after interception by Rich Dosh, takes over. They had it in Clio territory to the Hornets. They were penalized, but here is Pat Ruff on first down. Big-time gain, and he takes it back to about where Dosh returned it on an interception thrill, and Kearsley is looking good there on that running play.
They sure are. It didn't take long to get that yardage back. That time the Hornets spread out in the shotgun formation, and Dosh just took the ball and handed it right off to Ruff. And the Mustangs were definitely thinking pass in that situation. May look for Dunning right here.
Dosh tosses long, and it is overthrown and complete. Pass intended for his tight end, David Clifford. So it'll bring up 2nd and 10 after the incomplete pass. Just when Kearsley's offense begins to lull you asleep with those 2-3 yard pickups, they break off a little something, as they say. That time, Pat Ruff with a 25-yarder. And we've seen it before from Ruff, and we've seen it through the air, especially on that first offensive series, a 55-yard touchdown pass, Dosh to Ridley.
It's one of those offenses that, you know, is tick, 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 and then eventually is boom.
Dosh hears it out, complete. Jack Ridley, who we just mentioned, has provided the lone score of this football game.
Dawson's pass complete to Ridley. Hit immediately by Jason Ross.
But the defensive Clio there is Jason Ross coming up from his defensive back position, making the tackle. Kearsley in the hurry-up-o, under a minute to go now on 3rd and 7. Dosh is going to be brought down for a sack.
Rich, you do not take a sack in that situation. You throw that thing somewhere. Even if you have to hit a receiver in the back of the head, you get rid of that thing. And for the Mustangs defense, that's their 9th sack of the season. So these guys on the defensive side of the ball definitely spend some time in the offensive backfield.
And the timeout on the field.
Timeout on the field. Kearsley calls it. Good look at the Clio fans. See a good look at some of the special education fans out in those first 2 rows there. Having a ball, and I tell you what, Drew, we haven't made the mention yet, but this weather is prime, especially if you're celebrating homecoming. You couldn't ask for anything more.
No, you could not. This is an excellent night for football, and I tell you, for me personally, the fall is the best time of the year. And days like this, I could live with this year round.
But we unfortunately live in Michigan, where we are not blessed with having the kind of weather we wish for, and before you know it, we're going to be bundled up in 2 or 3 layers by the end of this football season. So it's 4-down territory. If you're Kearsley, they're going to go for it here on 4th and 14. Dosh in trouble. Avoids the pressure, throws on the run, and it's intercepted. Fortini holds it in for Clio, and it's picked off. Pass intended for Jack Ridley, Dosh's favorite target. Fortini had a bead on the football, and he is there for the pick. But there is a flag down, and from the looks of it, it's going to be against Kearsley, and it will be.
At that time on the road, Dosh couldn't get enough on the ball as he was running and had to throw on the run and just couldn't get it out there far enough. Excellent job by Hortini that time to come up with the pick.
And the call was an ineligible man downfield whistled against Kearsley. That penalty declined. And Clio's going to have the football here with 36 seconds to go. Another look.
There you see Dosh on the roll. Excellent pursuit that time by the Mustang defense, and he just pushed that thing out there, and he just couldn't get enough on it.
So Clio's going to have a football here from their own 10-yard line. And if you're the Mustangs, you've got some momentum. You don't want to give it to Kearsley with anything foolish here. Going to go conservative. They'll hand off. Gursetich with a big-time gainer. Look out. Still on his feet. Takes it over the 25 to about the 27-yard line for 17 yards and a Mustang first down.
27-yard line.
I tell you, Gursetich, although he's the one carrying the football, he is punishing some of the guys on defense for Kearsley.
Bobby Gursetich has had a nice first half. Run the football for Clio. And the minute I give the young man a compliment, he is wrapped up right at the line of scrimmage. But give credit to that Kearsley defense as Gursetich is held to a yard, 2nd and 9. This could be the final play. Hinks airing it out long. Nope, they're going to have one more play with Clio as the pass is overthrown for Ross. Double team effort on the coverage from Dosh and Dunning in the Kearsley secondary. And a ring up 3rd and 9 with an incomplete throw by Nate Hinks.
I think this play may be just like the last one. Just send everybody deep.
He has 2 receivers, does Hinkst. And Cunningham and McGee. And they'll run it up the middle for not much. Gursetich. And he gets a couple, and that'll do it. Both teams will head to the locker room, and it's been a competitive football game here from Pride Stadium. Kearsley got on the board first on their first offensive.
For 24 yards, but Clio's held them in check for the whole first half.
Well, thanks, Kenny, for stopping by, and we'll have you in our post-game segment to wrap up the final numbers. And now we'll bring in William McNeil. And William, Clio kicking off to begin the second half, tried to come up with trickery. The onside kick attempt, but one of the upmen for Kearsley was there to smother it. And Kearsley's going to have some good field position to begin the second half.
Good heads-up play that time.
There's the Kearsley offensive line of Harriman, Hyde, Edwards, and Reef, along with Grimes, alone junior on the starting offensive line for Jack Pratt's Hornets. So Kearsley's going to have it 1st and 10 from their 48-yard line. And it's Pat Ruff taking it into Clio territory inside the 45 to about the 43-yard line for a nice gainer to begin this second half for the Kearsley offense. And the backs and ends for the Kearsley offense. Dosh at QB, Lalonde and Ruff, along with Ridley, Dunning, and Clifford, rounding out the outstanding Kearsley offense. So Ruff picks up 8. Averaging 105 yards per contest. Ruff again. He's got a first down and more. Kicks it outside. Takes it inside the 35 down to about the 32-yard line for a nice gainer. And a Hornet first.
I'm going to tell you, that time Pat Ruff put a move on Ben Cunningham. Cunningham came up that time and
12-yard effort there. Harburn, Potter, Tomlinson, and Henderson up front for the 4-4 of Clio. Now the linebackers and backs, Cunningham, Stoutenberg, Gursetich, and Martinez. Secondary, Ross, Hinks, and Martinez. Back-to-back runs by Ruff combining for 20 yards. The last effort, a 12-yarder. The first down, Ruff again. 3rd carry in a row.
And Ruff the ball carrier.
Takes it inside the 30 to the 26.
And this is what we've seen from this Kearsley offense with Pat Ruff running the ball. He'll break off gainer after gainer, and they will continue to give Pat Ruff the football until someone stops him.
Tomlinson on the tackle for Clio. We got injury timeout as there is a Clio defender down as a member of the training staff is tending to him. And a good look at the crowd. This is the largest crowd we have seen thus far in our Game of the Week coverage. Week number 4. for Pride Stadium. And I'm going to look at the webpage for the Michigan High School Athletic Association. Website is www.mhsaa.com for you folks at home who have fun with computers and want to know more about the Michigan High School Athletic Association and the going-ons in high school sports in this state. Check out that website, www.mhsaa.com. Say that 3 times real fast. So, Clio player who was down gets up under his own power and gets off to the sidelines. Good to see that. So it's 2nd and 5 for the Hornets after the injury timeout at the Clio 26. Give to Ruff again, 4 straight carry, cuts back, takes it inside the 25 to about the 23. It's going to be 3rd and a couple.
Ball up to about the 23-yard line.
Ruff that time knew he wasn't going to make the corner and turned that thing up, and instead of losing yardage, trying to get outside, turned it up and picked up a couple.
Outside linebacker Antonio Martinez on the tackle for Clio. 3rd and 2 now facing the Hornets. At the Mustang 23, need to get to the 21 for a first down. I formation, 2 receivers now for the Kearsley offense. They'll give it to the fullback Harriman, and he is stuffed.
Harriman, the ball carrier, stopped by that.
Tried to work behind the center and guard right side of that offensive line for Kearsley. McLeod, he stuffed him.
Yeah, he may have gotten a couple of inches, if anything.
Short pickup.
Nothing doing on 3rd and 2. No gain, and it's 4th and 2 now for Kearsley. They're going to go for it in the 4th down territory. Situation that they're in. Lalonde and Ruff in the backfield behind Ruff, or rather Dosh. Fumbles the snap, loose football. Regardless of who recovers, it's not going to matter because Clio's going to take over.
Ball will go over to Clio on downs.
As Kearsley coughs it up, Clio has recovered. And coming up with the football for Clio, Robert Stoutenberg, 6 foot, 215-pound senior from his inside linebacker spot.
It has to give a little momentum to Clio being able to come up with that fumble recovery on 4th down.
Now the Clio offense, first of all, the offensive line, Yoakum, Everett, Cunningham, Magnuson, Pulsic. Backs and ends after this play of that Clio offense. 1st and 10 for the Mustangs. Pitch out Ross. In his own backfield, he was met by about 3 or 4 white shirts, tried to get it upfield, could not. And he's going to be taken down for a loss. Now the backs and ends, Hanks, the junior quarterback. Gersetich, who had a big first half, along with Ross. It's a good-looking backfield. Cunningham, Hortini, and McGee rounded out. Now the Kearsley D up front. Temple, Sneller, Pierce, and Rose, along with Gores. Working up front of that 5-3. Now the backs and ends, Neirink, Cunningham, and Jones. Secondary, Ridley, Dunning, and Dosh. So Ross loses 5 on that first down carry. It's 2nd and 15. Gersetich, the ball carrier. He's met right at the line of scrimmage. Outside of that Kearsley defensive line. Pounding Gersetich there. Give Bobby a couple, and it's going to be 3rd and long. Call it 13 yards to go.
And Clio didn't waste any time going to Gersetich. Gersetich had a strong 2nd quarter, and toward the end of halftime, did some excellent running, and they want to get him going early here in the 3rd quarter.
2 receivers on the pro set. They work. Hanks fakes handoff. Avoids the rush. Now he's going to run it. Takes it down the far sideline and finally bumped out of bounds, and they're going to rule him out at about the 26, 27-yard line, and it's going to be short of a first.
Just short of a first down.
As he needed to get it to about the 33. And Hanks, the quarterback, got about 8. That'll bring out the punting team. It appears it's going to be 4th and 6. There you see Jack Pratt, head coach at Kearsley. And here comes the punting unit now for the Mustangs.
After this punt, we're going to get that lucky 50-50 number. Get those tickets out.
So Ridley and Dosh are the return men waiting to receive this punt for the Hornets. Dosh is going to take it from about his own 47-yard line, takes into Clio territory inside the 45 to about the 43. Good punt from Clio that time. But Dosh with a better return gives the Hornets favorable field position.
Hey, get those 50-50 tickets out. Your lucky number, 27.
So Kearsley with the best field position of this football game now in Clio territory at the staying 43. Lone points came on the very first offensive series for either school of this contest. Kearsley scoring on the third offensive play of the game. Pat Ruff takes it inside the 40 to about the 37.
And there we see Pat Ruff again on the run, and they're going to continue to go to Pat Ruff until somebody, until this Clio defense proves they can shut them down.
So 7-0 Kearsley, as I was alluding to. The lone TD, a 55-yard touchdown toss. The Hornets, the point after try was good. And it's 7-0. Pat Ruff thus far in the second half, 5 carries for 32 yards. Thanks, Kenny. Motion man Temple. He'll hand off Ruff. Inside the 35 to about the 33.5. Needs to get to the 32, does this Hornet offense for a first down. It's going to be 3rd and 2 as they'll give Ruff 3 yards.
About 2 yards to go for the first.
One thing we've noticed from this Kearsley offense, as we saw against Powers and as we have seen in this game against Clio, is once Pat Ruff seems to get into that groove or that zone, if you will, starts churning up some yards, they just go to him play after play, and it seems to work.
Yeah, they do, and this guy hits the hole fast, he hits the hole hard, and he has excellent vision.
Quarterback keeper, and they're going to have a first down is Kearsley, as Dosh following center takes it down to the 30-yard line. Needed 2 and got about 3.5, 4. As there you see Gary Langdon, the Clio coach.
All resting at the 30-yard line.
And the thing about Dosh on that quarterback sneak is a lot of times on the quarterback sneak, the quarterback would take the snap from center and kind of tiptoe around back there trying to find a hole. But Dosh being an ex-running back, when he gets the snap, he's moving forward. And there's not a hole there, he'll try to make one.
The 1st and 10 after the quarterback keeper run that got Kearsley the first down. Here's Ruff with a big gainer. First down and more. Takes it close to the 20. The 19, they spot him, and another first down. Back-to-back first down runs by the Hornets. Fortini and Stoutenberg on the tackle for Clio. And now Clio is going to call time. Up until this offensive series by Kearsley, the Clio defense has really done the job. And now the coaching staff, and it looks like Gary Langdon's going to come out, and he's going to talk things over with this Clio D, because I think the war is being won at the line of scrimmage by this Kearsley offensive line, providing some nice holes for Mr. Ruff.
It sure is, and that's where the game is won and lost, is in the trenches.
Side note in regards to Clio, and a nice one. Jason Tomlinson, the starting defensive tackle, usually wears number 52, but is wearing number 53 in honor of his brother Zach, who was severely injured this past summer. Suffered a broken neck in a swimming accident on Rifle River. Zach is currently paralyzed, but is beginning therapy with hope of someday returning to full speed. On behalf of Comcast Cable and all the local players, coaches, and fans, we wish Zach Godspeed with his recovery, and we'll be keeping you in our prayers. First down run from Ruff. It's 1st and 10, and the Mustang 19-yard line. Ruff again. Tripped in his own backfield, shook off the Clio defender, turned it downfield for a pretty nice run as he got it to the 11-yard line.
The defender that time for Clio got an arm on Ruff, and an arm tackle is not going to bring him down.
Second down, about 3 yards to go.
So give Ruff 7, and it'll set up a 2nd down and 3. About the 11.5 of Clio. Kearsley up 7-0. They're in the red zone looking to add to their lead. What a big lead it would be on the road in a tough place to play in Clio country. And Ruff is going to be close to a first down. Running right up the middle. Stoutenberg with the tackle. And Ruff gets enough for a first. It'll set up 1st and goal for Clio. Or pardon me, Kearsley.
I believe Pat Ruff has carried the ball. Other than the quarterback sneak by Dosh, I think he's carried the ball every down.
He sure has. That effort good for 3 to set up the 1st and goal at the 9 for Kearsley. 5:05 and counting to go, 3rd quarter. It's Ruff again. Inside the 5 to about the 4-yard line for about a 5-yard pickup. Stoutenberg again in on the tackle for Clio. He, the inside linebacker, anchoring this D, 6 foot, 215-pound senior. Comes in with 4 solo tackles, 12 assists, and 1 quarterback sack.
I tell you, with Pat Ruff, it's almost as if as the defense gets weaker, he gets stronger.
Dosh keeps it himself this time. Gets through the Clio defense. Touchdown, Kearsley. 4 yards, Rich Dosh. And it's 13-0 Hornets. Quarterback option. Had the opportunity, if he wanted to pitch it out to Ruff. Kept it. Saw an opening in the Clio D and scored. Through.
Just turn it right back up inside. That's where those running back instincts take over and scamper on into the end zone.
Now Anthony Gallagher for the point after. With Mitch Gilbert holding. And we got a flag come in, so hold everything. Looks like there may have been some movement on the Kearsley side. Nope, my apologies. Offsides against Clio. This brings up the idea with Kearsley closer now to the goal line. Do they go for 2? Well, as soon as we say that, they're going to kick it again. But not a bad point to bring up, and we'll save it for the future. Gallagher, point after good. No, my apologies, you missed it. Well, 4:27 to go in this 3rd quarter. Kearsley on a touchdown from Rich Dosh, 4 yards. Point after, no good. 13-0 Kearsley.
I'll tell you, with that missed extra point right there, you know, it's easy to second guess now. Oh.
Well, the hold whistle
Another
against
penalty.
Kearsley, and Clio declines, and, or pardon me. So let's straighten this out. It was a personal foul call against Clio. This will be assessed on the kick, so Kearsley's going to kick it at the Clio 45-yard line. If I'm the Hornets, with where this football is spotted, onside kick may not be out of the question.
Yeah, it definitely may not. That would not be a bad idea.
They're up 13-0 and momentum all in their favor.
Kickoff. You know, penalties play a important part in the game. Let's see if this one comes back to haunt them.
Yeah, they'll just kick it out of the end zone, will Kearsley. Touch back. The Mustangs will have it 1st down and 10 from their 20-yard line with 4:27 to go in the 3rd quarter. When talking with Kenny Ayers at halftime, one of the stats we brought up was talking about the Clio offense was how strong the running attack had been. 116 yards rushing in that first half. Kursetic was 75 with those. And thus far, it's been AWOL. 3 carries for 4 yards. Kursetic with 1 carry for 1 yard. And Clio really needs to get things going in the running game if they want to get back into this. They're down 13-0. Hanks faking, handoff, throwing for Hortini, looking for the one-hand grab, couldn't haul it in. He needs either more Velcro or more stickum on that left glove, and he might have been able to catch it.
Just like old Fred Belendikov, huh? I'll tell you, the last 6 possessions for the Mustangs, 4 times out of those 6 they've thrown on first down. So they're doing their best to keep this Kearsley defense off balance.
On the pro set on 2nd and 10. Kursetic takes it up to about the 22.5 yard line for a couple.
Pat, you talked about the Mustangs getting something going, and that's definitely true, especially when you're going to run the ball as much as they're going to run the ball, because after the play is over, the clock keeps moving.
They'll give Bobby Kursetic 3, and it's 3rd and 7 for the Mustangs from their 23. Need to get to the 30 for a first down. Hanks surveying the Kearsley D. He'll give Kursetic again. Takes it to about the 26. He's going to be well short of a Mustang first down.
Come on, coach, get in the game!
Gores and Neirink. Don Neirink with a big first half for Kearsley defensively, in on a number of tackles and a big fumble recovery. Ball just over the 25. Just 4th and 5, and Clio will punt. Cunningham to punt it away.
Dosh and Ridley back for the Hornets.
Dosh and Ridley waiting from their 45 for the Cunningham punt. Cunningham gets off a nice one, high hang time. Ridley takes it from his 45, bobbled in a moment, trying to take it outside, he does. Flags come in, and this one's coming back.
I tell you, that has to be the most common penalty in football on every level. I mean, you're taught time and time again. You can read the guy's number on the back of his jersey, don't block him. But time and time again, we've seen flags thrown on this penalty. I mean, we'll take another look at that one. Everywhere from the high schools to the pros.
So the field position that was good for Kearsley is now bad as they are backed up into their own territory after the clip. Let's take a look at it on replay. As we'll get the referee's call from Dave Cowden.
Here we see a good high punt that time. And here we see the return, and right there.
So after the clip, Kearsley backed up to their own 31-yard line. Dosh keeping himself, or pardon me, new quarterback in there. Tony Jordan, number 8, is in there at quarterback, and we saw him in week 1, and he is good-looking backup, the 6'3", 195-pound senior. When we've seen him in action, he and the Kearsley offense really have not missed a beat.
No, they haven't, and this kid has an arm.
Good look at the crowd on hand. Pride Stadium as Jordan picked up 2 on that quarterback keeper. Not much there at all from Ruff. Hortini there, Stoutenberg, and Stoutenberg leading away on that tackle. And Ruff loses 2, and it's a 3rd and 10.
Lost a couple on the play. 3rd down, 10 yards to go.
May look for Tony Jordan right here to air it out a little bit, and tell you, this kid can get the ball downfield.
He's got 2 receivers. Motion man Dave Temple. They'll pitch it out. Ruff looking far side. Couldn't turn it up as he brought it to about the 34, maybe 35-yard line, depending on the spot. He'll get it up near the 35, but it's going to be well short of the first. As the line of the first was the 41-yard line. So give Ruff 5, and it'll bring up 4th down and 6. Going to bring out the punting unit now for the Hornets. So Temple, who was outstanding through in the first half. We talked about his summertime work with the Detroit Lions, and it has paid dividends. He'll boot it away with Ross of Clio waiting from his 40, and that one might have been off the side of his foot, but it's his best effort.
I tell you, if you're the punt returner for Clio, you want to quit letting the ball bounce. I mean, Kearsley is getting probably an extra 15 or 20 yards just by the ball rolling after the punt. If you're Clio, you're going to have to come up, you either fair catch it and catch it on the fly, or get in front of that thing and just take it and lay down or whatever, but you can't afford to just let it roll by.
We have a brown Monte Carlo, license number 311 LAR, that must be moved immediately.
49 yards on that punt from Temple, his best. 1st and 10 for the Mustangs from their 15-yard line, and Bobby Gursetich bursts up the middle to the 25-yard line. And he's going to be very close to a Clio 1st down.
Man, Gursetich runs the ball hard.
Chad Jones on the tackle for the
If you bought
Hornets.
a ticket for the Afghan drawing by the cheerleaders, get those tickets out. We're going to give you that number after the next play.
They are lining it up as this officiating crew, and we're going to bring out the chain gang and measure this one. We've got 31 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter, and it's 13-0 Kearsley.
Number 673203.
There you see big number 84 in your picture there for Kearsley, Don Neirink, and I tell you, that guy's played one heck of a ball game tonight.
Big he is, going 6'4", 220 pounds. Got some quick feet, and he has been on a number of tackles tonight. The pro set Stangs work. Cunningham in motion. And it's Gursetich on 1st down, as Clio did get a 1st down on that last effort from Gursetich, a 10-yard effort. This time Gursetich is held to 1.
Neirink comes up off the bottom of that pile.
Just as we praise Neirink, he's in on another tackle for the Hornets. And the horn sounds, and the 3rd quarter has come to a close here from Pride Stadium, home of the Clio Mustangs. Clio's got some work to do in this 4th quarter. They trail it now after 3, 13-0. School sports aren't about winning championships, but preparing a young person for a potential collegiate athletic career. School sports are actually more important than that. The privilege of participation is a good part of an education, providing experiences that complement classroom learning. These programs produce tomorrow's leaders. Support your local high school athletic program. Public service message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, Flint Area Community Television, Channel 17. Well, Thrill, as we begin this 4th quarter, we've seen flashes of where Hinkst and his receivers have been able to connect for this Clio offense, and you're wondering when that time is going to come. The Mustangs trailing 13-0. And it's been Bobby Gursetich, and that's really about it for this Mustang offense. It's Gursetich again, speak of the devil, and he'll take it over the 30 to about the 31-yard line on 2nd down and 9. Cunningham on the tackle for the Hornets, and Gursetich picks up 4.
Yeah, they're going to have to get some of these other guys involved, Ross and Fortini, and start getting these guys the football, maybe screens or maybe short passes or something. But it's going to have to be more than percentage.
2-receiver look. Each side of Hingst. Drops straight back. Got time. Airs it out. Looking for Hortini. Battle for it. Incomplete. Jack Ridley, defensive back, doing some nice coverage on the intended receiver in Hortini of Clio. Able to break it up at the last moment. And it's going to bring up a 4th down with the incomplete pass.
Earlier in the first half, Ridley had the ball just go right over his head, and Hortini made a great catch that time. Ridley did an excellent job of backpedaling and not letting Hortini get behind him and able to break that one up. There you see a picture of Jack Ridley, 5'10", 155-pound senior.
Cunningham will punt it away. Pardon me, Thrill.
Excuse me, Pat. I was going to say Hortini's 6'3" and Ridley's 5'10".
There's the way to return a punt. Dosh with a burst of speed down the far sideline. Big time return into Clio territory.
Back inside of Mustang territory. About the 25. There is a Mustang down. Timeout.
We talked about Clio's inconsistency in covering punts in the pregame, and that was one of the keys, and they definitely capitalized on it that time.
He's William McNeil. I'm Pat Daly. High above Pride Stadium up here in the press box as we have an injury timeout as there's a Clio Mustang down. We've got 11:06 to go in the contest. Kearsley with the lead, 13-0, and they have the football after the outstanding punt return from Rich Dosh, who caught it on the run. It was up in his face mask, literally. Able to compose himself, haul it in, and turn the Jets down the far sideline as he returned it all the way down to the Clio 27. And I had him catch it at about his own 45-yard line. So you call it about a 28-yard return from Dosh, who's Mr. Everything for this Kearsley team tonight.
And then that's the difference between catching that ball on the fly and getting downfield and not coming up to, and not coming up to catch the ball on the fly and letting that thing roll by.
Caleb Potter, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for him. Just a big round of applause. Caleb Potter.
There you see in the middle there, Clio basketball coach Pete Deagle with the white baseball cap on, and he has done a tremendous job coaching the boys over here in Mustang country on the hardwood. And one of the biggest turnarounds in the area the last couple of years. That is a real competitive group. And the rest of the Big Nine has felt the wrath of the Mustang basketball players for the last few years. Good teams. Well, here we go. Jordan still at a QB for the Hornets. First down for Kearsley at the Clio 27. He'll give Ruff. You can't miss him. He's the one with the dirty uniform, number 43, as he has been working hard all game long. And a big-time run from Ruff, bouncing off Clio defenders. And he's got a first down.
Yeah, Ruff has definitely put in the time tonight, and looking at that uniform, that says it all.
Took it down to the 15-yard line, did Ruff. 12-yard effort and a first down. Pat coming in averaging 105 yards per contest, and he has got to be very close to that average after that run. It's Ruff again. Big time hole from the left side of that offensive line by the Hornets. He'll take it inside the 5-yard line. Hortini on the touchdown saving tackle. And it's going to be second and very short, about a yard for a first.
On the previous score, we've seen Rich Dosh and the quarterback keeper, rather on the option play, turn it up and take it in. But I think this time we may see Pat Ruff carry the ball into the end zone.
You're right, Thrill. Touchdown, Kearsley. Jordan hands off Ruff. Works that left side of the offensive line, which has been dominating in this second half especially. Big time hole, and Ruff put his head down and crosses the goal line for 6.
And the Hornets are going to go for 2 right here. Here we see Tony Jordan just hand it off to Ruff and just puts his head down straight ahead. And I tell you, the offensive line for Kearsley is just blowing the defensive line for Clio off the ball.
This drive all started thanks to the outstanding punt return by Rich Dosh, who took it deep into Clio territory to their 27. And 3 plays later, Ruff does it all. And he has got a touchdown. And Kearsley calls time, flags come up. And did they call time soon enough? The officials will give them the benefit of the doubt, and there will be no delay of game penalty. So Kearsley will have to burn a time, but they are up 19-0 and in control. And I was just getting to the reason for the Hornets going for 2. They failed on their point after try on their previous TD. So they're going to try to make it 21. And Pat Ruff, as we talked about, who came in averaging 105 yards per game, thanks to Kenny Ayers, he has updated us. He has got 141 yards on the night. Well, updating you on the schedule for our next high school football game. It's a city matchup. Flint Northern taking on Flint Southwestern Academy from Atwood Stadium. We'll be over there Friday afternoon. We'll air that one for you on Monday, October the 6th at 8:30. Jordan faking handoff, tosses to a wide open receiver, and the 2-point conversion is good. Steve Weine, number 86, tight end, 6'3", 215-pound senior.
Pass complete out there to tight end.
Hooks up with Jordan. It's 21-0 Kearsley.
There you see Tony Jordan fake the handoff to Ruff and
Sold it well.
very well. And Winey right in the quarter in the end zone. And I tell you, they have some big receivers. I mean, they got another guy who's like 6'3", and hard to miss those big fellas.
You talk about big targets like Temple, who goes 6'4", with Winey at 6'3". Yeah, those are some tall fellas out there hauling it in. So we've still got plenty of time for Clio to make some noise as they are trailing 21-0. And plenty of time for them to get on the scoreboard and still make an impact in this outcome. But they've got to hurry.
Yeah, they're going to have to throw it and throw it often.
So Ross, the deep man now for the Mustangs. And Gallagher of Kearsley will kick it off. Fresh off, a Hornet touchdown. It's a short one. Is the kick. And it's Gersetich. Nice return, taking it over the 35 to about the 38. It could have been more thrill, but he ran into one of his own teammates, which slowed him up a bit, and that allowed the Kearsley coverage to make the tackle.
Yeah, you have no idea where the ball carrier is when you're making your block, but when you make your block, you make contact and you try to drive that guy out the way, and that didn't happen that time. Gersetich ran right up his blocker's back.
Clio's going to have it from their own 38-yard line. 10-12 to go in the football game, and they're trailing 21-0. Clio coming in, losers of 2 straight. Trying to avoid making it 3 straight. Pitch out, Ross. Got some room. He'll have a first down and more. Takes it into Kearsley territory.
And that's what we seen Ross do earlier in the first quarter of this ball game. Just take the pitch. Remind you of those old USC plays. Student body right, student body left. You just pitch it out there and give him a block and let him do his thing. And Ross picks up a first down.
Ross with some nice runs in the first quarter. Haven't heard much from him since this play. And he gets 14 yards. And it's a first down and 10. We'll call it to Kearsley 48. Hank surveying the deep, back to throw, and it's knocked down. Throwing his arm up, saying, I did it, was Dave Temple of Kearsley. And he's a big target thrower, 6'4". Got his hand up there and sent Hank's passing attempt straight down to the Pride Stadium turf for an incomplete pass. So it's second down and 10.
Yes, the
job defensively that time by Kearsley. You know, when the quarterback gets ready to throw the ball, you always jump and put your hands up. You can tip it and it may lead to an interception, or bat it down, or just make the quarterback pull the ball down and not throw it, which can result in a sack sometimes.
Pitch out Ross. Lope avoids the tackle, takes it inside the 45 to the 44. Temple's over there, as is Chad Drennan. Coming from his linebacker position to make the tackle.
Justin Cunningham that time had the angle on Ross that time, but Ross quickly took the angle away from him and turned the corner.
Ball just inside the Hornet 45-yard line. Call it 3rd and a short 6 now, facing the Mustangs. Line of the first, Hornet 38. Pitch out, Ross, halfback pass, going downfield, intercepted, Rich Dosh. Dosh will step out of bounds, avoiding contact, wisely done. And Dosh with an interception.
Good decision by Dosh that time. Good job not being fooled by the halfback option pass, picks it off, and instead of risking losing the ball or injury, just takes it and goes right out of bounds.
Pass intended for Hortini downfield. Dosh, perfect position. Stood right in front of Hortini, picked it off. So it's a turnover for the Mustangs. And the Hornets will take over from their 36-yard line.
Ball's loose.
Football is loose, Thrill.
Football's loose. We'll see who has it.
Kearsley catches a break. They recover the fumble. And there's Keith Pierce on the carry. Keith coming off a monster effort a week ago against Horse Creek, coming off Kearsley's bench for 3 touchdowns. Pierce and Harriman, pair of new runners for the Hornets. Pierce carries again. Lost one on that first down carry. On second down, he picks up 5 to make it a 3rd and 6 now for the Hornets.
Takes a 3rd down and 6.
Line of the first for the Hornets is the 46. Jordan, quick toss, almost intercepted. Pass intended for Steve Weine, the tight end, and he wasn't ready for it, Thrill.
No, I don't even think Weine knew he threw the ball. And I tell you, more surprised than him was Hortini. Hortini looked up and the thing just zipped right by him.
Good look at the Kearsley contingent on the far side of the field, and their stands are near capacity. And we've got a number of Kearsley faithful lining up the fence as well. Along the sidelines. Temple boot it. Ross backing up. He'll have a crack at a return here from his own 25-yard line. Nothing doing. Great coverage by Kearsley. Wow, they were down there in a hurry. Temple with some hang time on that kick. And the minute Ross decided to catch it and turn off field, 2 white shirts were in his face.
That's what I was just about to say, Pat. Excellent hang time that time by Temple. But Ross did the right thing that time. He came up and he made the catch.
Clio trailing 21-0 has the football now with 7:52 to go. They'll have it from their 25-yard line, 1st and 10. They'll give Gersetich in his own backfield to keep those legs a churning. Got it for about a yard, did Bobby.
Next in there by Steller.
They'll give him 2. The Clio folks. And it's 2nd and 8. Hinks avoiding the pressure, rolling right, heaving it downfield. Incomplete. And that pass was there. Ben Cunningham, when he wants that one back, you know it. He had it and then dropped it.
Good job that time by Cunningham to even get to the ball, but I tell you, if you threw that one over, he'd probably catch it.
And Hanks, boy, he had pressure the minute the snap was in his hands, able to avoid it, roll right on the run, full blast, threw a perfect strike to Cunningham, but Cunningham couldn't catch it. So it's 3rd down and 8 now after the incomplete pass. Hanks in trouble. On the screen to Grsetich. Got some room, working far side. And he is wrapped up, and he's going to be very close to a Clio first down. We'll see as the officials, they will give it to him. They won't even bring the chain gang out for this one, they're sure, and it's a first down. Needed 6 and got about 6.5, did Clio.
Ball resting at the 35-yard line.
All right on the 35. Cunningham, the motion man on 1st and 10 for the Mustangs. Pitch out Ross. Tries to cut back to no avail. The Kearsley D is there. And Neirink is there for the tackle.
There by Steller. Close one on the play, 2nd and 11.
Ross loses one, and it's 2nd and 11.
If you had to hand out a defensive player of the game for this game, it would have to go to Neirink. That kid has played an excellent ball game.
And folks, you know his jersey was clean when he came to this contest. It is filthy now. He has been all over the place. Hanks heaves downfield. Oh! Was it caught? No, Cunningham caught the tip. As it was tipped by Tobias, the DB for Kearsley, 33. Cunningham caught it, but he was out of bounds. Great position by the official there, all over it, and made the proper call. And that was right in front of us here up in the press box. Third down and 11. Need to get to the 45-yard line. Hanks keeps it himself. Shakes and bakes for a moment. Takes it upfield, but he's going to be well short of a Clio first down. Neirink over there leading this Kearsley defense.
And getting back to Neirink, his brother's a doctor, I believe, in the Chicago area, and I'm sure Don wouldn't mind following in his footsteps.
So Hanks picks up just 2. And it's 4th and 9 now for the Mustangs, and it's 5:41 to go in this ball game. We will take a break. Kearsley leads it 21-0. Welcome back as both teams are back on the field and set to go for this final 5:41 of the 4th quarter. You saw our score. Kearsley in control, leading 21-0. Which was a fairly even contest in the first half. This second half has been dominated by Kearsley. 4th and 9, Hanks on the run, rolling right, throws. I think that was his secondary receiver he was looking for. He was looking for Hortini thrill, overthrown, and it's caught by number 80, Mike McGee. Not your most conventional 4th down and long play, but if you're Clio, we'll take it.
Most certainly that time, McGee in the right place at the right time, didn't quit on the pass pattern and thought that ball was coming to him as it went over Hortini's head. He made a good slide and catch.
Well, the football at the Hornet, 41-yard line. on 1st and 10. And the Clio runner and Hanks, the quarterback, was met in his backfield for a 2-yard loss.
Well, we've seen Hanks get away from defenders time and time again, but that time he couldn't get away from number 44, Mitch Gilbert.
That was a 24-yard pass play on that previous effort from Clio on 4th and 9. High snap over the head of Hanks. Trying to backtrack. Tries to get it. Could not. Football still loose, and Kearsley recovers. And it's recovered by 55, Jake Bowinkle. Or pardon me, 55, Ryan Gores, the defensive end, who's had a big night. And it's even bigger after that fumble recovery. 6'1", 185-pound senior. A football follies type snap going over the head of Hanks to...
And the defender for Kearsley came in on that play. He tackled Hanks, make sure he didn't get an opportunity to get up and pick the football up.
Jordan will keep it himself on 1st and 10 for Kearsley at the Clio 30. John Aller on a tackle for Clio. Give Jordan about 3. We'll call it 2nd and 7. Kearsley is going to move to 3-1 in Big 9 play, solidifying their spot in 2nd place. Keith Pierce on the carry. And Clio is going to fall to 1-3.
Hey, Joe, dump the Gatorade, come on! On the coach!
And as we talked about earlier in this broadcast, Thrill, Kearsley is still in contention and a chance to three-peat as Big 9 Conference champions, as there are some solid football teams at the top, and with the parity and the talent in this league, this championship in this conference is far from being decided.
Yeah, this is a conference where you have to go in and you have to be ready to play night in and night out.
And if you're Kearsley, in a way, you control your own destiny. You still have